right, hello and welcome. Now, if you think coding is just a boring lectures, think again. Today, we're going on a quest, a coding quest. So let's just dive right in. First things first, I've got to ask you something. Can you actually think like a computer? Because, that's the real challenge, isn't it? It's not about becoming a robot. It's about learning to give a machine perfect, crystal clear instructions. So, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to totally conquer the Blockly maze. And you want to know the best part? You don't have to type any complicated code. Nope. We're going to be using these visual blocks that just snap together, kind of like puzzle pieces. But get this, these simple-looking blocks, they represent the exact same powerful ideas that pro developers use every single day. Okay, to even begin this quest, you're going to need your first and honestly, your most essential tool. So, welcome to level 1. This is where we master the power of sequence. So, what exactly is sequence? Well, it's super simple. It's just the order you do things. Think about it like following a recipe, right? If you try to add the eggs after you've baked the cake, well, that's not going to work. And here's the thing you have to remember about computers. They're incredibly powerful, but they have absolutely zero intuition. None. They will follow your steps in the exact order you give them. No guessing, no skipping ahead. They do what you say, period. For example, let's say your little guy in the maze needs to move forward, then turn left, and then move forward again. You have to place those blocks in that specific order. If you put turn left first by mistake, bam, your character walks straight into a wall. The order is literally everything. And this is the foundation of every single program you will ever build. All right, you've got the basics down. You're a pro at sequence. So it's time for a power-up. Let's head to level 2, where you're going to unlock a new skill, iteration. So iteration, or what pretty much everyone just calls loops, is all about repeating yourself without actually doing all the work. The big idea here is so simple, but so powerful. Work smarter, not harder. Be efficient. And this right here just shows it perfectly. Take a look. On the left, you've got the hard way, just dragging out 5 separate move-forward blocks. Yeah, it works, but it's kind of clumsy, right? But on the right, that's the smart way. Just one single repeat block that does the exact same thing. It's so much cleaner, it's faster, and way easier to see what's going on. So why should you even bother with loops? Well, because they literally train your brain to start seeing patterns. They help you optimize your code, shorten your solution, and, let's be honest, solve these maze puzzles way faster. This is you, right now, leveling up as a problem solver in this whole quest. Okay, you ready? It's time for the final level. This is where things get really interesting. This is where you go from just following a preset path to actually making smart choices on the fly. This is the smart move, selection. So, think about it. Everything we've done so far has been great, as long as a path is straight and predictable. But what happens when you get to a fork in the road? What if the maze changes every time you play? You can't just have one fixed sequence of moves anymore. Your program, it needs to have a brain. And that is where selection, or what we call conditionals, comes into play. They use really simple logic, like, if there's a path ahead, then move forward. The big idea, the key thing to get here, is that for a program to be truly useful, it has to be able to react to things and make choices all by itself. Just look at how your program starts to think when you use this logic. It's constantly asking itself a simple question. Hey, is the path ahead of me clear? And if the answer is yes, then it moves forward. Else, which just means otherwise, if the path is blocked, it'll turn left. And that one simple decision-making ability, that lets your little maze runner navigate mazes it has never ever seen before. How cool is that? Okay, so you've seen the tools, you've got sequence, iteration, and selection in your toolkit. Now it's time for your mission debrief. Because let me tell you, the real prize here isn't just getting to the end of the maze. It's all about the amazing skills you're going to unlock along the way. So here are your challenge goals. Think of it like this. You must solve a maze using a basic sequence. That's step 1. Then you should try to use a loop, that's iteration, to make your code way shorter and more efficient. And finally, if you're up for the ultimate challenge, you could use selection to beat a maze that has branching paths. And why does all of this even matter? Really, it's because you're not just playing a game here. You are actively building real-world skills. Skills like algorithmic thinking, pattern recognition, and just being super efficient. You're learning how to think like a real programmer. how to take a giant, scary problem and break it down into small, easy-to-solve steps. That's a superpower. And hey, one last thing, and this is super important. You are absolutely going to make mistakes. Your first try, it probably won't work. And guess what? That is totally okay. That isn't failure, that's just what coding is. You run it, you watch what happens, you tweak it. That little cycle right there, that's exactly how real professional developers work, every single day. So now it's over to you. It's your turn. As you jump into this quest, have a think about it. Which of these tools, sequence, iteration, or selection, do you think is going to be the easiest for you? And which one is going to be the real challenge? Well, there's only one way to find out. Good luck, maze runners.